Hi, boys and girls. So, our first book of the day today is Giraffes Can't Dance. So, I'm going to hide that. And every time I hide that, it kind of kicks me off the screen. So, enjoy. It's written by Giles Andre and Guy Parker Reeves. Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully bandy. I like that word. And his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango, which was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel and ate bamboos, then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald! The animals all laughed. Aw. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool! Oh, Gerald, don't be daft. And look at their faces. How do you think we'd feel? How would you feel if you were Gerald? Poor Gerald. Well, Gerald simply froze. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off with the so he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. So sad and so alone. Talk about empathy. Feeling how he feels in his shoes and in his that moment. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, excuse me, coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. He's got a friend. And what I love is how he's trying to encourage Gerald. Not laughing at him, but encouraging him. I love that part. I think we all know how that feels when a friend or someone that loves us helps encourage us. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. Oh no, look, check him out. What's he starting to do? His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. And I love how these two little guys down here, or girls and whichever, just hanging out, listening to music, checking them out. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. He looked so free. How do you think he's feeling? What's his face show? I think he's feeling joy and happiness, peace. Overcome him, maybe. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Have you ever felt that excited before? Think of one fast moment of something you've done and you have felt that super inside excitement that you're like, yes, I did it, I did it, I did it. And you can relate to how he's feeling then. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived, while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How is it you can dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twisted around and finished with a bow. Again, see that joy on his face. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." "We can all dance," he said, "when we find music that we love."